while carrying out production evacuation in early production facility. According to a statement by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, there were no fatalities or injuries from the explosion, but production will be cut by about 10,000 barrels per day. Now, that statement adds that the area recorded no significant spill in the community where it occurred. The OML 40 license lies onshore in the northwestern Niger Delta, approximately 65 kilometers northwest of Warri, and covers an area of 498 square kilometers. Elquest E&P completed the acquisition of a 45% equity stake in OML 40 in September 2012 and has been producing oil from the Opuama field since 2014. Inland Oil and Gas Aberdeen reported in 2019 that the Gbetiokun oil field offshore Nigeria has come on stream through an early production facility, stating that initial production will rise to 12,000 barrels per day from the Gbetiokun 1 and Gbetiokun 3 wells in the southwestern area of OML 40. Now, that early production facility has a nominal capacity of 22,000 barrels per day. Now let's switch our conversation to the third edition of the FMDQ Gold Awards, which is scheduled to take place this week. And the awards were launched in 2018 as part of the commemoration of the FMDQ's first lustrum to recognize the stellar contributions of shareholders and contributors to the FMDQ's markets. The Group Chief Operating Officer at the FMDQ, Kaodi Ugoji, joins us now to shed more light on the awards. Good morning and thank you for coming on the program. Tell us more about the GOLD acronym, which is associated with the FMDQ, and what this means for the market.
Good morning and thank you for having me. GOLD for FMDQ means it's an acronym for Global Competitiveness, Operational Excellence, and Diversity. And this is our measure for the Nigerian financial markets. All these, the four components within GOLD, actually speak to how we want the market to be developed to compare with its international counterparts. So GOLD pretty much for us is how are we developing the market? What are we doing to make it at par with international counterparts? How liquid is the market? How attractive is the market? You know, is it diverse? Diversity in terms of players, in terms of products. So pretty much just how we want the market participants to develop the Nigerian financial markets, to compare globally.
Now, judging from the highlights of the events held over the last 2 years, the FMDQ Gold Awards is fast becoming a signature beacon for celebrating the strength and success of the Nigerian financial market. So, with the evident disruptions that COVID-19 brought about and the recent unrest across parts of Nigeria, what should we expect from the FMDQ Gold Awards this year?
Yes, like you said, indeed, Gold Awards for the last 2 years was something that we all looked forward to, the market looked forward to. Because apart from recognizing the participants in the market, it was a day of fun, just coming together as a market to relax after a hard year and just have fun. So we will miss that this year, unfortunately. But especially because of how tough the market was, we thought we would not do away with Gold Awards this year. Whilst we're not going to have a celebratory event, like we're not going to have the party, and we're not going to have a ceremony where we all dress up and come and let our hair down, we still thought it was important to recognize the participants. So this year, we're delivering Gold Awards by publication. So November 6th was supposed to be the Gold Awards ceremony. But on that day, we will be publishing the winners of 30 categories of the Gold Awards. So we're looking forward to Friday, where the winners will be unveiled this time. But we hope that by next year, we'll be able to go back to our Gold Awards as usual.
We all hope, don't we? Now, despite the challenges of recent times, I'm sure there are significant milestones that we have seen. So tell us the significant milestones that marked the period in review that's talking about October 2019 to September 2020 for the awards.
Okay, so firstly, I'll speak to the primary markets, the fixed income side, and we've seen quite a few issuers list and quote their securities on FMDQ. And it's been interesting for us because with the environment, we would have expected the opposite, but that wasn't the case. Issuers were able to tap the market and were able to see the largest commercial paper in history listed and quoted on FMDQ during the period. Were able to see the largest corporate bond issued on FMDQ, listed on FMDQ during the period. And from all of this, we were able to come up with a corporate securities benchmark. So the market has indeed lacked this very important benchmark where we've seen federal government securities benchmarks. We have the bonds and the treasury bills, but we haven't had any credible corporate securities benchmark. So with these listings, we've been able to develop a benchmark of 4 companies within four sectors actually. So we have a benchmark for natural gas now. We have a benchmark for infrastructure. We have a benchmark for the manufacturing side and also for telecoms. So that's a big deal for the market because indeed it gives corporate issuers something to compare when they want to come to the market. Other things within that period, we saw the CBN extend the monthly contract of OTCFX futures from 12 months, which was the longest contract, to 60 months, 5 years. So this has lengthened the curve in the market and gives the users the opportunity to hedge for 5 years, which is very good. So you can make long-term investments and hedge yourself, cover yourself completely. So that has been something else that has been very good for the market. During the period, we also received from the SEC the approval in principle for central counterparties, for FMDQ Clear, one of them. We also, just before that, received the rules for central counterparty from the SEC. We also got the SEC's rules on derivatives. And just to crown it, at the end of August, we got the presidential assent on the CAMA bill, signing it into law, CAMA 2020, which sets the legal framework, for derivatives in Nigeria. So everything that I've spoken to sort of points us to the fact that the market is fast moving to achieving its aim of creating and developing a thriving derivatives market, because now most of the building blocks are in place. So now it's time to come up with, products, market sensitization, working with the market to come up with products. So those are some of the key things that we've seen in the market. During the period as well, we saw the FC4SL, which is the Financial Center for Sustainability, Lagos. It joined its global counterparts and was a 33rd member of this great league, 33rd country in this great league, where Lagos State became, a sustainability center. And that is, again, key for us because we know that the world is moving to sustainability, and Lagos and Nigeria is not left behind on that. During the period as well, as you know, FMDQ reorganized and became a capital market holding company and moved from a securities exchange with a clearinghouse subsidiary to a capital market holding company group, and FMI, which is the Financial Market Infrastructure Group, with 5 subsidiaries from the exchange to the clearinghouse, now a central counterparty, to depository and to private markets. So again, that has shown the depth of the market across which FMDQ is growing to provide a one-stop shop for all market participants and transactions. So those are some of the key things that have happened in the market that we're looking forward to celebrate the participants that make this happen.
Now, having reeled out the milestones, now looking forward, what are FMDQ's plans for the rest of 2020 as the year winds down?
I'm sure you can guess from what I said about derivatives that, developing that market and coming up with products in that market would be an immediate area for FMDQ to focus on, because everything is now in place, so we need to get that market moving. The SEC also last year approved FMDQ's equity trading rules, so equity listing rules. So again, that has set FMDQ preparing for its equity markets. So basically, we're putting in all the blocks that we need in terms of market readiness to launch our equities market. We also have, the value chain of FMDQ companies that I spoke about across, the financial market space. And we're doing everything, we're putting everything in place as well to ensure that the central counterparty, for which we just received the approval in principle for the SEC, is set to support the market. And some of what we've done in that area, one of what we've done in that area is to create a default resolution reserve, which provides financial resiliency for the central counterparty. We also have FMDQ Depository, which was introduced last year. Again, providing choice for investors and issuers in the market, because we only, giving empowering the market pretty much to choose where they want to have their funds. Developing FMDQ Depository is also a key focus area for us. And the private markets. We've seen a lot of focus on the public market, on the public companies tapping the market. We want to create a transparent avenue for the private companies to be able to tap the market as well, because we know that if we want to move forward in terms of infrastructure, in terms of development in the country, we need the private companies to rise up. And for them to do that, they need capital. And we're best to tap to raise capital and to tap the capital market. So those are some of the things that we're preparing for in the short to medium term, and working with the market to achieve all of these initiatives.
Group Chief Operating Officer at the FMDQ, Kaodi Ugoji, thank you for speaking with us on the program.
Thank you very much.
We'll do an opening call to London and the Nigerian markets when we return in just a moment. Please stay with us.